From Wall Street to Main Street, this is Lalate.
It's a big evening here on Evenings LA with incredible great news about your fourth stimulus check update of 2021. In this recording, we'll go over that monthly stimulus check and why the Democrats are likely to give you more months of checks. Then we cut to the recon. Done deal, signed, sealed. $3.5 trillion of checks are coming to you and the American people in the biggest recon we've ever seen in the history of this channel. All for you and all deliciousness. Then we cut to the world exclusive as the number one guy on Capitol Hill wants you to have an MSC, what you need to do to make history. And then we're going to meet one viewer who under third stimulus has done what countless others have done. There's a lot of money available for you to get today. $40, $50, $80, $100,000 for you to get right today. And you're going to meet one viewer who got $80,000 for himself and then turned around and helped others get $100,000 in less than 5 days. That deliciousness starts right now in a big evening, direct from Santa Monica on Evenings Lalate. Hey, good evening, everybody. It's a beautiful day across the board. I'm so glad you joined me direct from Santa Monica in a beautiful evening of Evenings LA. In this recording, we're going to go over that monthly stimulus check and why the Democrats are likely to give you more months of checks. Then we got to the recon. A done deal, signed, sealed. $3.5 trillion of checks are coming to the American people. It's all deliciousness, but it's application-based. Are you ready for this? Donetta may not be, but Purple Hawks are. Then we cut to the big money. That number one guy wants to give you in MSC. He's not alone because countless others want to have you have that money as well. And this recording, for the first time ever, we're going to see the other people you need to push Purple Power because now is the time and the place. Those MSCs and the deliciousness starts right now. Direct from Santa Monica as the wave's up. Oh, get through that wave. Oh, she got it. She got it. You always want to stand up before the wave is coming. And with that, this is Lalate, America's only 24-hour day, 7 days a week financial choose channel. I don't want someone to wipe out on the wave before I start the video. How are you? Beautiful evening across the board. There's a lot happening in this video. We'll be going over the big money that you can get today. Tens of thousands of dollars, upwards of $100,000 available today. What is this? I'll show you. Then we'll be cutting to the big money under fourth stimulus. Lots of it. And we go over all the incredible details. Then we'll be cutting to the world exclusives as the number one guy in DC is among many others who wants to have you have a monthly stimulus check. I'll have all those details as well. So subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. I want you part of this family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video. 3,000 likes. And consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino VIP. Meantime, have you signed up for the LA alerts? I think you have, but maybe you haven't. It's at news.la.com/alerts. You get an alert like this when the video is live. Watch for that confirmation email. Some of you signed up but have not confirmed. It may be in the spam folder, and then you get those alerts wherever you are, shirt or shirtless. Let's cut to the deliciousness of that monthly stimulus check. House versus Senate, Senate versus House. Let's go over who wants to give you what and how much they want to give you. When we go to the incredible deliciousness, we start with Warren, Sanders, and Wyden monthly, but they don't say the amount. Then we have AOC and Omar. 2,000, they say the amount, but they don't say the number of months. We have the House Ways and Means monthly, but they don't say the number of months nor the amount. Of course, Americans are demanding $2,000 a month for many months, but they don't say the number of months. And yet the one that has captivated country has been the House bill. $2,000 the first month, $1,000 thereafter, which would amount to at least $13,000. I think you have an opinion. Vote House or Senate, House or Senate. Tell me where you're tuning in from this beautiful evening of Evenings Lalate and how the weather is. Who gets that fourth stimulus check? You do. Democrats represent that. If you got 30, you get a fourth stimulus check. Single individual, $75,000 less. Democrats represent, you get a fourth stimulus check. Married couple, $150,000 less. Democrats represent, you get a fourth stimulus check. Double it. Family of four, Democrats represent, you get a fourth stimulus check. Quadruple it. And if you're on benefits, SSI, SSDI, Social Security Railroad benefits, Democrats represent, you get one as well. The fourth stimulus check is not income. It's not taxable. And the fourth stimulus check will be the same amount for adult dependents and everyone else. The four stimulus check would not be a waivable check. So if you did go to the beach yesterday and the check waved at you, that was a German check. Wrong check. And if it kissed you on two cheeks, it's the Italian check. Very flirtatious. And there you go. In the second half of this video, we'll be going over the world, actually third part of this video, we'll be going over the world exclusive. As the number one guy on Capitol Hill wants to give you a monthly stimulus check, he's not alone. We go over incredible details of this. Stay in the final 15 minutes of this video. So much happening. So much happening in the final 15 minutes of this video. And we'll have Ron Clanton, the president's chief of staff, talking out loud about this forced stimulus recall. It's all deliciousness. But first, let's get some money. And we're going to get a lot of it. This money is available for you right now, and you can get this money. This is third stimulus. Let's talk cold turkey here. Four stimulus checks not landing this week. Not landing this week. Not landing next week. Not landing last week. Four stimulus checks, you may need them, but they're not there. But there is other money, and it's available today, yesterday, last week, this week. It's third stimulus, and it's a fortune. How about $100,000? Sound good? It does. Let's go over all the incredible deliciousness of this, starting right now with our inspiration story, Johnny. Johnny got $80,000 from this channel in less than 5 days, 2 weeks ago. He started the week at zero. He was one of 3 viewers, and by the middle of the week, he went from $0 to $40,000 from 3 items. But by the weekend, he didn't stop. He got 3 more. He got 4 more items, bringing his grand total to 7 items he got, and $80,000. Last week, he turned around and spoke to his family members about this. And the family members started with disbelief, wouldn't do anything, and then he pushed Purple Power. And guess what? They said, okay, I'll pick up the phone and call. And they did. And they got $100,000 because of Johnny. $80,000 for Johnny, $100,000 for him, for his family. Let's go over the details starting right now with Johnny. 2 weeks ago, Johnny got $80,000. He got $12,000 for SNAP. He got $10,000 for EIDL, $2,000 for taxes. He got $21,000 for housing. He got $10,000, $9,000 for utilities, $25,000 for housing, and then he got $50 a month for internet and food, bringing his grand total to $80,000. That was 2 weeks ago. Started the week at zero, got $80,000 by the weekend. But last week, Johnny spoke to his family and extended friends about this channel, and they initially thought what some people thought. Third stimulus, that's just a $14 stimulus check. There's no other money in there. Oh, yeah, there is. Did you pick up the phone? Why should I have to pick up the phone? It's just sort of automatic. No, you have to pick up the phone to get the other money. Really? What is this? And that was the conversation that Johnny had. He reveals to us, I've been talking about you to my friends and family, Lalate. And as of today, I've helped 5 friends save their homes and put food on their table. And 3 family members, they thought I was completely full of it. Wow. So they did not believe him either. They thought third stimulus was just $1,400 measly dollars, and that's it, and there's nothing else for them. Until he said, pick up the darn phone already. And then they got it. They got SNAP because it's a SNAP. And oh my God, 2 family members got $41,500, and the other family member got $57,600. That's $100,000 in less than 5 days. This has been awesome to see other people stop stressing about bills. Your channel has helped others and myself tremendously. You're such a godsend. Purple Power, Purple Hawks, and there you go. Today is your day to get that sum of money because this money is available for you right now. If you got 1 item, I'm going to get you more items. We're going to get some rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, and homeowners utilities starting right now. And it starts with the rent. The rent that Purple Hawks, Purple Power Casino VIPs, have you become a member yet? The link's under the video, is enormous. Viewers are getting far in excess of $20,000 of rent under this forced stimulus. Let's look at the graphic. Oh my goodness, these numbers are enormous. Look at this. $27,000 for rent, all the way down to $20,000, countless viewers. Then Johnny got $9,000 for utilities. How come Johnny's more than these people on this graphic? Because the more I make the videos, the more people subscribe, the more the people become Purple Hawks, the more sophisticated they have become in getting these sums of money. Johnny got SNAP as well, but you're going to meet someone in a second who got $19,000 of SNAP. And then for people who got 3 items, you should be getting 3 items. Nancy got 3 at $32,000. Nisi, $23,000, 3 items. And there's Mark with 2 items at $32,000. Mark is this Force Inspirations. Mark is actually 2 updates. I'm going to give you the first update today. I'll give you his other update later this week. First, Mark, for 5 days on camera, I said, Mark, how come you did not get SNAP? It's a SNAP. And within less than 5 days, he got SNAP, bringing Mark more money. Just like Johnny and Johnny's family got that SNAP in less than 5 days, you should as well. Number 2, Mark also realized, wait a second, I'm not going to get just 3 items. I'm going to get more items, like Johnny got more items. Number 3, Mark told his friend and neighbor about this channel, just like Johnny told his family. Johnny's family members got $100,000. Mark told his neighbor, what did that neighbor get? $20,000 for rent. Cheyenne, Purple Hawk of 2 months, did the same thing last weekend. Sent me a DM 2 weekends ago. Sent me a DM, said, Lalate, I told my friend about your channel. She's now addicted to your channel, and she got $21,000 for 3 items. There you go. And finally, Mark got that snap. How much did he get? Mark got $19,000 for Snap. $19,000 for Snap, bringing his grand total $50,500, but the sky's the limit on this channel because look at this. Lorraine at $105,640, and there you go, because this is Lalate. You may think there's a lot going on in this video. I was just tuning in to find out what day am I getting my 4 stimulus check. Now I'm learning about all these other checks on the 4 stimulus, and I'm learning about tens of thousands of dollars I can get today. Yes, this is what I do on this channel. I get people big sums of money. I've been doing it since day one. That EIDL grant and EIDL loan went live in April of last year. I launched the channel to get people money. Their applications were stalled. I did their applications on air and off air, getting them $25 million of EIDL loans, saving their homes, employees, and everyone else's homes across the board. Then in December 2020, second stimulus is not coming. You need money. I stepped forward and got viewers $250,000 for rent. Like Tyrone and his family for out of Boston, $15,000. And now we're doing it again because guess what? There's no 4 stimulus check coming this week. You need money. Eviction moratorium over. Mortgage forbearance over. Federal enhanced unemployment benefits over. States are not extending it. This money, not over. Far from over. There's a lot of it. So we're going to get it started right now. Get that pen, paper ready, out. We're going to go over this money. Rent, mortgage, utilities, internet, food, more. And if I go too fast, don't worry, you can toggle back the button under the video to replay a section. First, here's some introductory remarks. I'm going to show you 6 places to reach out to. So if one says no, reach out to the next one. They have different eligibility. They also have their own pots of money. Number 2, it's important to know that if one says no, don't worry, reach out to the next. Also, listen to the keywords I say in this video. And finally, every state has money. Every state was given the same amount of money based upon the number of residents in that state. Are you ready? Here we go. You can reach out to the following 6 places. Your city hall, your city house authority. That's 2. Your county hall, your county house authority. That's 4. And your state hall and your state house authority. That's 6. And the keywords you're going to say are rent assistance because of COVID, mortgage or utility assistance because of COVID. That's it. That's all you say. You can do this. I know you can. Congratulations to Tim and Linda who got this wonderful pot of money. If you got money for rent or utilities, post in the live chat right now. The next pot of the money is the money for SNAP. SNAP is a SNAP to get. If you got a stimulus check, you qualify for stimulus for SNAP. It's very easy. Pick up the phone and call. It's Department of Agriculture. And how much does it pay? It pays a lot. Lynn Glenn got it for herself, her son, and mom. And guess what happened to Mark? Mark got $19,000, but now he's sitting on $25,000 annualized. Oh my goodness, what happened? It happened 2 Mondays ago. Department of Agriculture went live on air. I covered the feed, and they said that everyone's benefits are going up an average of 25%, an average of 25%, a lifetime nationwide automatically. Oh my goodness, this is incredible, great news. So if you got that money for SNAP, post in the live chat as well. The next part of the money is the money coming back from the states due to overpayment of unemployment benefits and a computer error. Average payment has been about $3,000 to $5,000. And then the last money is the refund check from your 2020 unemployment benefits you pay taxes on to the IRS. That's coming by direct deposit. Average range is about $1,200 to $2,000. Margaret got it as well. But first, here's a personal message from me to you. If you're in the live chat and not posted a success story for rent, utilities, or food, please do. The spirit of this channel is love and helping each other. And I launched this channel to help get people money. And that started the first day with that EIDL. The second day with PUA. The application was going live in 3 days. People needed assistance to figure out how to do it. When you post your success story in the live chat, you inspire people. People need that encouragement to pick up the phone. Just pick up the phone and call. City Hall, City House Authority, County House Authority, State Hall, State House Authority. Just call. That money's there. Johnny's family didn't want to call at first. Now they call. They have $100,000. Second, you realize these sums of money are a lot of money. Third, the money's available right now. People are getting it every single minute of this channel. They're getting tens of thousands of dollars. This is real money. It's called financial independence. Financial independence, as Johnny talked about it, giving them freedom from their bills. Don't sit around wondering what day a forced stimulus check is laying in your bank account. That's financial dependence. When it doesn't arrive the day you expect it to arrive, you're going to be dependent upon it. You're setting yourself up for failure. This is financial independence. This is real. Get this money right now. You can do it. I have confidence in you. So post your success story in the live chat right now. Let's cut back to those unemployment benefits. Where are they landing? That refund check, direct deposit otherwise in the mail. Can you track it? Yeah, 70% of the time you can. Go to irs.gov and do a transcript search, and it'll reveal the tax return you filed and the taxes you paid and the refund check you're getting back. It also revealed when Mitch appeared on Star Search, what song did he dance to? And did he dance the waltz? Can we top that? Yes. As we go into the second part of this forced stimulus check update 2021, starting right now. Deal done, signed, sealed. Who said that last weekend? Two people. I did, and Ron Klain did. Who's Ron Klain? He is the number one guy in the Biden administration. He's the chief of staff. When asked about the recon, he said, we already passed this 2 weeks ago. Thank you, Ron. The recon passed 2 weeks ago, recon procedural, which means we're having a recon. Number one. Number two, it's going to be $3.5 trillion. Number three, it's going to be the biggest recon we've ever seen in the history of this channel. Previous stimulus packages are very small compared to this one, and all for corporations. This is all for the American people. It's deliciousness. So how did we get to this wonderful spot? Let's understand how we got there by going over all the details, starting with taking roads and bridges out of the recon. That is what started it going. The higher the price tag was on the recon before, the harder it was to pass. There you go, says a conservative publication, confirmed my reporting. But by allowing the Democrats to take out some of the spending from the recon and put in the bipartisan roads and bridges, the overall price tag of the recon got smaller. There you go. In other words, the bipartisan deal made the recon harder to pass. Now, let's understand how Democrats pass legislation with Democrats. Recon, no Republicans, all Democrats. So how do Democrats with Democrats pass legislation? They first chat amongst themselves, go to lunch, go to their offices, go to a conference, and talk about what to do in what they want to propose. Once they have an idea, then they come to an oral agreement. Once they have the oral agreement, then they write it up in a bill. The bill is the confirmation of the oral agreement coming before it. And then they call the vote on the thing that they had already agreed upon. In the month of June and July, I told you that they had already agreed upon a recon, and the price tag was $3.5 trillion, because they said they had an oral agreement. And then when they called the vote in August, it was a done deal. It was a ceremonial vote. Well, all last week and all last weekend, Ron Klain, Ron Wyden, Bernie, and Chuck all confirmed they were working on the provisions of that recon substantive, the verbal agreement, to try to get to a verbal agreement. And that is where we are right now. So once they had called that recon procedural vote 2 weeks ago, it was a done deal. They had already said, we need a recon that goes as big as bowls we want, and we need a larger recon. That's what Representative Elon Omar and Representative Richie Torres out of New York had said. And then once they had agreed upon the price tag, well, the president said, protect my recon, because everything in there is checks for the American people. That's what Jalopal was told in shots, both Democrats and progressives. So what's a recon procedural? What's a recon substantive? What is a bipartisan? Let's go over all the details starting right now. Recon procedural passed. Recon substantive already on the works. And bipartisan, not your money. That's roads and bridges. Let's go over each of them one at a time so you understand how very different they are. We have two paths. We have recon and bipartisan, also called reconciliation, also called the budget bill. Price tag $3.5 trillion, also called the Democratic spending plan, the progressive social reform plan. Bipartisan, not your money. Roads and bridges, also called infrastructure, price tag $1.5 trillion. Well, the tow truck has passed over the finish line. The reconciliation procedural has passed. Now we're on the recon substantive. Now we're going over the deal terms, where you have to push purple power. Hashtag seats for stimulus. Let's go over the difference between recon procedural and recon substantive. Keyword I want you to watch is the word committees. We'll be going back to this in the final 15 minutes of this video. Recon procedural goes over price tag and how the money is to be spent among the committees. Recon substantive, which is what they're on now, is now that the committee is given $10, how is it spending the money? Committee. How do we get to this wonderful spot? From Jalopal, who recently was Schumer a letter saying Chuck called the vote on the recon. The letter was signed by 100 plus House Democrats, part of 10 House Democrats, part of 100 plus House Democrats, who recently wrote the president a letter saying, we're going to be putting forced stimulus checks to the forced stimulus recon. Wow. Can we top that? Yes. As 7 members of the House Ways and Means Committee recently wrote the president a letter saying, we're putting monthly forced stimulus checks in the forced stimulus recon. Wow. Can we top that? Yes. Let's look at that graphic on all the people who want you to have a stimulus check. But before we do, here's a message that's very clear. Virtually every Democrat on Capitol Hill wants to give you a stimulus check, and monthly as well. Who doesn't want you to have a stimulus check? The people who aren't involved in the recon, the Republicans. And what have conservative press and Republicans said? That the Democrats aren't giving you anything. No, you're not a Democrat. They want you to believe that no one's talking about stimulus check. It's an interesting angle. The people who don't want to give you something want you to think that the people who are not talking about it. Try a little bit harder. House Ways and Means members writing the president monthly stimulus check for stimulus package. House bill signed by over 100 plus House Democrats, monthly stimulus check, pandemic plus 1 year. AOC and Omar writing the president monthly stimulus check. Warren, Sanders, and Wyden monthly stimulus check. Can the list go on and on? It does. And can we top that? We can. As Ron, not Ron Wyden, the other Ron, the chief of staff, Ron Klain. Oh my God, all these Rons. Ron Klain over the weekend said, we don't have to worry about the national debt because forced stimulus recon is not going to be paid by debt. It's be paid by U.S. corporations. 53 U.S. corporations have been identified as not paying anything on taxes and simply making billions of dollars a year. Well, the recon is set to change that. And that's the deliciousness. In the final 15 minutes of this video, we'll be going over the big money that is in that forced stimulus recon, the application base, and the incredible world exclusive of those monthly stimulus checks in that forced stimulus recon. But first, here's a personal message from me to you. You had just seen Johnny, you just seen Mark and Nancy and all these other people who have gotten these sums of money under third stimulus. You need to do as well. When we get to recon number 4, you're going to have to pick up the phone and call and say, hi, I want this money. If you've done it once under third stimulus, now you're going to be ready for forced recon. So pick up the phone. City Hall, City House Authority. County Hall, County House Authority. State Hall, State House Authority. If you picked up the phone before to call the utility company because of the power outage or the water leak or the gas leak, then you can do this. This you can do. Do it right now. And then if you can't find the other sums of money, then reach out to the community page. It's at news.lalate.com/community. Here's a little bit about them. A link to them is in the description of this video. And I'll be back with you in the final 15 minutes as Evenings Lalate heats up. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.lalate.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LA Daily for the excitement of the new LA live daily. The excitement starts on mornings LA at 9 a.m. Home LA returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LA at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LA. And the excitement continues right now on Evenings Lalate as we go into the final 15 minutes of this video with so much deliciousness. We'll be going over that monthly stimulus check and why the Democrats want you to have more months of checks. We'll be going over the world exclusive with the #1 guy on Capitol Hill who wants you to have AMSC. Then we'll be cutting to the application-based items under forced stimulus recon. Why Donut Girl is going to be left with just donuts, but you're going to rock it because you are a Purple Hawk. Then we'll be cutting to the other details that are heating up across the board, and you're only going to see them tonight on Evenings LA. So with that, thank you for joining me, and subscribe. 400,000 subscribers on YouTube record. I want you part of this family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video. 3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Casino VIP. Have you signed up for those LA alerts? You need to do so. It's in the description of this video. Look down on the alerts. And there is, you will get that alert when something happens. And put your name and email address in, and you will be ready to rock and roll. Meantime, later in this video, we'll check in with Calendar Colleen and Calendar Cod and Freedom of Speech Frida. See what's going on with them. If you haven't met them over the weekend, you're going to meet them now. And with that, let's go into fifth stimulus. Fifth stimulus starts in September, which is where we are right now. SSI reform. They're going to hope to get this to a vote by November. Step one, they'll raise your benefit limits up. Then they'll remove the asset limit, add an inflationary benchmark, remove the income exclusion, and remove the marriage penalty. How does this work? Let's go over all the details starting right now. First, they'll raise your benefits up if you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, veterans benefits, SSA, or multiple beneficiaries. Step two is they're going to apply a new benchmark. That new benchmark is inflation. Oh, the inflation rate in Brazil is out of control at the moment. It's heading to 5%. Overseas in Europe, the EU's central bank is having a meeting this week about tapering. The Federal Reserve in the United States had a meeting about tapering last week. So we're looking at big inflation by the end of this year. Let's do the analysis. First, your benefits will go up a lifetime. Then they'll apply a new benchmark. The new benchmark is inflation. Then they're going to move the asset cap, dating back to a 1980s law that says you can't have more than $3,000 on hand. That's going to go away. They're going to remove the income cap, dating back to a 1960s law that says you can't work. And they're going to apply that benchmark of inflation. If it's 5%, that means that once your benefits go up, they never go down. So you'll go up 5%, not just next year, but lifetime. And then they were going to remove the marriage penalty. And love is going to win, and you'll be able to marry your longtime love interest and no longer fear a loss of benefits. Finally, will there be a fifth stimulus check? There will be. That will be coming next year. The Democrats will represent in the House Ways and Means Committee. And lastly, if you're in the live chat and you've not become a Purple Hawk, what are you doing? The link to become a Purple Hawk is under the description of this video. Become a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Casino VIP, and be delivered daily from me to you a breakdown of all the big money available under third stimulus. Purple Hawks were launched by me in January this year when I revealed to viewers that, hey, $1,400 stimulus check, yeah, I'm not very excited about it. It's coming. But there's a lot of other money under third stimulus. $14,000 I can get for you. Now viewers are getting upwards of $100,000. Daily viewers are getting $30,000, $40,000, $80,000. So this is your opportunity. Financial independence. It's all what we talk about on this channel. Get these big sums of money because this is available right now. Purple Hawks are killing it. So consider becoming a member right now. And with that, we go into the final 15 minutes of this video starting right now. Deal done. Sign sealed. Ron Klain confirmed the same thing over the weekend, and so do I. Fourth stimulus recon, done deal. $3.5 trillion recon, and it's all checks from the American people. Previous stimulus packages, much smaller, and mostly for corporations. Now, this recon in form, before we get to the IRS sent stimulus checks, is all stimulus checks where you pick up the phone and call, what I call application-based stimulus. You've done this before. This is easy, breezy. This is where you pick up the phone and call. Why do you have to pick up the phone call? Why is it on automatic? Because they don't know that you need this money. You're going to see in a second, we're going to go some of the items. But this is what we talked about early in this video where I said committees, that's who has the money. Committees are given money for you to get. So you have to pick up the phone and ask that committee for that money, and they're going to give it to you. Let's go over what these items are. They're things like dental and vision. IRS doesn't know anything about your eyes, your teeth, so they do not know to send you out a check from IRS. Let's go over some of the items and how they're proposed and what that language looks like, so we get a sense of this. Free school meals for all checks, tax break checks, cheaper prescription medication checks. Then we have checks for farmers, checks for free internet. Then we have checks for workers like independent contractors. We have checks for seniors alike, checks for lowering eligibility age, checks for dental, checks for vision, and checks for hearing care. There you go. So vision, dental, internet, Department of Treasury, IRS doesn't know anything about that in you, so they don't know how to send that out to you. That's why it's going to be committees. And if you're like Johnny, if you're a Purple Hawk, or you're a viewer of this channel who's picked up the phone and gotten one item of the third stimulus, you're going to kill it under fourth stimulus. That's why I say fourth stimulus has lots of different checks for you to get, lots of them. So it's sort of like third stimulus right now. You're not going to stop at 3 items. You're going to pick up the phone and keep on pushing to get as many items and clean up under fourth stimulus. Now let's cut to the MSC, monthly stimulus check. We have all these people who want to give you a monthly stimulus check in the fourth stimulus recon. We have the senators. We have AOC and Omar. We have the House bill. We have the House Ways and Means Committee, House members. We have all these different people. But along the way, it's just little old me and the broadcast channels that own hundreds of affiliate stations across the country. And when they want to cover a subject, how do they cover it? Well, in this case, what they've done is really not do much of anything. And what they've done is say, I haven't heard about something, so maybe it doesn't exist. What did you ask? It sort of helps to ask. And that's what I told viewers several weeks ago, to pick up the phone and call their Democratic senators. Not a lot did, but one viewer, a wonderful viewer who's in most of the live chats, WR, did. Picked up the phone and called Senator Chris Coons to talk about a monthly stimulus check, the need of it. Senator Chris Coons, Democrat, Delaware, Joe Biden's oldest confidant, spoke to his staffer and said, I want to talk to you about the need for a monthly stimulus check. Staffer says, well, Senator Chris Coons does want to give you one. There you go. There you go. World exclusive starting right there. Someone picked up the phone and asked and said, yeah, he wants to give it to you. You just have to ask to get an answer. Well, when we look at the reconciliation, the name of the whole bill is the fourth stimulus reconciliation budget bill. And what committee in the House, Senate oversees the budget bill? The Budget Committee. And who's the head of the Budget Committee? The Budget Chairman. Oh, okay. Budget Chairman, Budget Committee, Budget Bill. It's sort of obvious. And who's head of the Budget? Who's the Budget Chairman? Bernie, Budget Sanders. Oh, okay. Budgets. Yeah, I got it. A lot of budget. Yeah. So guess what Bernie said? Not last weekend, but the weekend before that. He's a prior Budget Committee chairman, sort of did their thing in D.C., but I like to get out amongst the people. Amongst the people's translation. He wants to hear from you what you need in that recon. He wants to hear from you how to put stuff in the budget. And so 2 weekends ago, I said, pick up the phone and call and express your opinion. In addition to everyone else you should be calling, your own Democratic senator, in addition to Wyden and Warren and Schumer, you should already been calling all along. And I said, express your opinion. Not a lot did. Lynn Glenn did initially, and Brother Joshua did. Brother Joshua, a longtime viewer and 2020 community volunteer, picked up the phone and called and got a staffer on the phone and said, I want to express my opinion about the need for a monthly stimulus check. The response was, Senator Bernie Sanders has already proposed to do that. Well, there we go. World exclusive. You just have to sort of ask the question. You just have to sort of ask the question. You don't ask the question, you don't know the answer. The legislators who want to give you the stimulus, well, pick up the phone and ask them. Broadcast media isn't doing it. Turn off broadcast media. Stop watching them. Stop reading search engines. That's not a source for news. Stop watching other YouTube channels. They're not picking up the phone and calling. All they're doing is reading print reports from the same people that didn't do the reporting in the first place. Brother Joshua did the call. He got the call through, and he got the person on the phone, and the response was very clear. Number one, Senator Bernie Sanders wants to do a monthly stimulus check in the fourth stimulus recon. Yes. Number two, that the price tag is somewhere between $1,000 to $1,400 a month. Yes, great details. Number three, that Bernie Sanders is looking for about 3 to 6 months for the provision. Yes, great news, but there's a catch. Before Bernie Sanders proposes it, he needs the purple power to support him. We got this, purple power. This is the reverse of 2020. In 2020, we always said, what legislative official wants to have our back? They weren't having our back in 2020. Now they want us to have his back. We got this. This channel has been changing history since 2020. We were changing history in the summer of last year when people want to give small stimulus checks. We got Steve Mnuchin to raise his offer because of our pushing. But the big moment came in December. There's a continuing resolution, and it's a budget bill, and there wasn't supposed to be any money in there for us because it's a budget bill. And I solely came up with the idea on this channel to put stimulus check in the continuing resolution. CR for stimulus, or stimulus for CR. People thought I was a wacko. Who puts a stimulus check in a CR? It doesn't belong there. I said, I know it doesn't belong there. Who cares? Put it in there. We need it. You haven't gotten that second stimulus. That HEROES Act is not much of a hero. It's a loser. So I said, get it in there. And they initially said no. Then they said, okay, we'll put unemployment stimulus in there. We said, no, stimulus check. And then they got it in there. We made history. And now it's your opportunity again to make history as well. It's your opportunity to make news, not just report the news. Contact your elected official, contact your Democrats, contact your senators, contact your House members and say, I need a monthly stimulus check. We need to have a monthly stimulus check. Everyone's talking about it, but you need to walk the walk and stop and not just talk the talk. AOC, Omar, Warren, Wyden, and of course Sanders. Call them up and say, hey, we need a monthly stimulus check. You need to get it in there. Get it done, and you have our support. And there you go. Meantime, let me go over something else, which is a little bit different. I don't always make this type of recording, and I was even cautious about making this type of recording. But sometimes you sort of feel like you sort of do. I've been on camera now for over a year, and I see sort of ebb and flows of moods at different times. I remember when the third stimulus check came out in January, February. When that check came out, that was actually one of the least viewed weeks of this channel, because people got the check and sort of ran for it. They sort of just ran for it. And I'm like, hello, there's other money on the third stimulus. I don't care. I'm just taking the check, the $1,400. I'll see you in December. Yeah, bye. Everyone was just really happy. And they sort of ran for it. I'm like, but there's other money. There's other money to come. Okay, yeah, I'll come back when I need it. Or there was that mood. There was the December 2020 mood. And the December 2020 mood was a lot of frustration, because second stimulus here and had been dragging out since May. It was a lot of frustration. There was the July 2020, which was really anger, where a lot of people were upset. The unemployment benefits the FBUC expired. They did not take care of it. It was like a breach of trust. And I've seen a lot of different moods ebb and flow over time. And sometimes I see stuff which I sort of brush off, because you see how I record. The way I record is I try to deliver you the news. I don't try to deliver a lot of opinion. Trust me, I got opinions. I don't say them on air. And I try to deliver in the concise and informed and enjoyable way you can hear it. But along the way, I see certain things. And sometimes I try not to address them, and sometimes I think I have to address them. One thing that came up a few weeks ago, which I've still never addressed, but I think I'm going to address it right now. Well, actually, I am going to address it right now. Came from a person who inspired another show. As you know, I brought back Sirloin, which was originally filmed in April and May for several weeks as a humor-only show. I filmed it for a few weeks in April, May, then it stopped its run at the time. And at the time, one viewer, the real Chadster, asked me to bring it back. The reason why he asked me to bring the show back in reruns was because in a given day, his father, who is dying, has terminal cancer, finds that show as his own inspiration. And there's a lot of stuff that show has brought a lot of great things to his father and that family. I don't want to go into too much of it because I don't want it to sound like it's me in the show. I want to go over more his story. And so that show brings an enormous amount of happiness to the ailing father of the real Chadster. And so the show has run in replay at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Pacific Standard Time for several weeks. A few weeks ago, something happened. I did not see it, and I know viewers had a sense that something had happened. They had not seen it. I'm not quite clear technically how it worked because I did not see it. But basically, the real Chadster wants me to tell you what happened. In fact, it's not him that wants me to tell it to you. It's his father. The real Chadster says when you're dying, you want to tell people to be a better person as their life is continuing. And the real Chadster's father said that somewhere in one of the videos, I don't know how this technically worked, someone reached out to the real Chadster and sent a horrific message to the father, basically saying you deserve to die or something like that. Just a horrific, as bad as you can imagine, statement to the father. And the father literally got quite ill from that, got very, not only had an emotional reaction, but got ill from it. and has not been able to watch the show because of that ever again. And the Father wants me to deliver a message to you that while his time on this earth may not be going on, indefinitely, he wants people to bring love into their hearts and not do something like that. I tried to explain to the real Chatster that as someone who has their face on camera, 16 videos a day, I'm used to having things thrown at me, but I'm not used to having things thrown at viewers by someone else. But the Father still wanted me to deliver that message to you. And that's why I'm delivering the message to you. Now, the reason why I'm bringing that up now and not when I first got this message from the real Chancellor, which was about a week ago or 2 weeks ago, is because I'm starting to see a sort of level of angst. And I know where it's coming from because the eviction moratorium is over. The unemployment benefits is ending. The Delta is now a big issue. And I see that the angst is ranking up. Certain people need to understand that anger is not appropriate. You don't have to be happy all the time, but anger is not appropriate. Hatred is not appropriate. It's not. Last night, and I want to use this as an example to show you the level of pettiness of anger lately. Last night, this video was put in the wrong slot. When I upload a video, you upload the video, and then you put the title in, you put the image. Well, I accidentally put the wrong video in the evening time slot. It was the early morning show, and obviously it's a mistake. Obviously, and you could say anything. Oh, he's so stupid. Whatever. No. There was about 5 or 7 people who took the level of comments about the mistake of the wrong video to a level you could not imagine how far the level went. That I am on some sort of narcotic, that I am possessed by demons. It was just like, I just uploaded the wrong video. I put the wrong title on the wrong video. It's just like, it's just like a little mistake. Why are you working so hard on this incredible level of deep anger? It's not healthy. I mean, this is like such a nothing thing. I put the wrong title on the wrong video, and not just 1 or 2 people. It was like 12 people going at this sort of mind melt of what's wrong with my brain cells because I put the wrong title on the wrong video. I'm like, really? Really? You need to take it down a notch. Now, on the same level, I've seen some people who really think that the way you deal with life is just to spew hatred at everyone. So I've seen some people who have spewed hatred at politicians, spewed hatred at elected officials, spewed hatred at other viewers. Y'all need to stop. Those people just need to stop. And trust me, one time you're gone. One time on the channel, you're gone. I don't care who you are. I've thrown out 2 Purple Hawks in the last 24 hours. One time you're gone. You spew hatred like that. There's no place for that. Moreover, I don't understand why someone would do that. We're trying to help people. I saw someone spewing hatred against Johnny. I mean, Johnny, he's trying to help you. He's trying to help you. He's not trying to gloat. Who are you actually going to hate? You're going to hate all the people on this graphic? You're just going to come in and say, I hate every single person on this graphic? I hate every senator you mention. Let me put up the people who got $27,000 for rent. Okay, I hate every single person on this graphic. I can't stand every person on this graphic. I hate all these people. What? These are people trying to help you. These are people trying to help you. If this community is here to help you, I'm here to help you. You can't just think that everyone's against you. It's not healthy. It's not healthy. I know it's starting to turn into a different universe because benefits are expiring, but you really need to tone it down a little bit. Tone it down a lot. You just need to. You just need to smile. You just really need to smile because the level of certain people's anger. And sometimes it's on the morning show. It's like it's 8 o'clock in the morning and you're already starting with this level. I'm like, what? You just woke out of the bed and you just you had some dragon blood and the horns is coming out of the ear. I mean, I just don't understand what's going on here. So tone it down. And I'm not talking. It's not about me. It's you just anger towards politicians, anger against people mentioned in the video, anger against dying people that I'm covering on the show. I mean, just tone it down. Tone it down. Okay, Uh, I just had to say it somewhere. And the real chancellor's father wanted me to read a complete statement on air. It's very, very long. Maybe I'll say it in another video. I did not bring it on air, so I apologize to the real chancellor's father. I did not bring the full statement. It was a very long statement. He was very, very angry by that, upset that that person would do something to him. And his purpose was for people to understand it's not right. The common message of that message was it's not right to talk to people that way. It really isn't. And whether you are someone that's not in good health, that's ailing, or someone that's in perfect health, that is a viewer of this channel, tell other people, just tone it down. Not a time or place to do this. And with that, join me next on some humor broadcast. Yeah, I think you need it. It's Sir Lloyd at 8 o'clock tonight. Coming up before that is Street and Stimulus at 7 o'clock, and Overnight's Crypto as well. If you want to take your anger out, take it out on Bitcoin. With that, subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. I want you part of this family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, 2,000-3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Casino VIP. Bring happiness and smile. Stay informed, keep smiling. That has been my line on day one of this channel, still my line today. If you can't keep on smiling, then, you know, put your head upside down so that your frown looks like a smile. And stay with Lalate.